Hey y'all, so here's my first in-depth tutorial of making my cake from start to finish. So I do use stainless steel appliances. That's just how I am. I think it's just more clean when you do it that way. So I'm just showing you the stuff that I use to mix my mixture in. I use this whisk, or you can use a handheld mixer if you want. I just wanted to show you guys this. I do have a Ninja one. It has multiple purposes. That's the reason why I do like it, and actually I got it as a gift from my mother. But you don't, it's not necessary. I do use a whisk to mix my ingredients only because it's less cleanup. This you're just gonna have more cleanup. Then after that, I do use a thermometer, my towel, and then my ingredients to start my cake. I use the same recipe for mostly all of them unless I'm doing something with some flavor. So there's my 10 by 3 pan. It's a Fat Daddio that I got from Michael's with a coupon. And then I start to mix my wet ingredients first. I always mix, my eggs. I do a cup of water and 1/3 cup of sour cream. And then you want to just mix it until it gets like frothy. So it'll get like you'll know it'll, you see how it starts to look frothy. So you just want to mix it until it gets to that frothiness. And then after that, you can just put in your cake mix. Some people sift it. I don't sift it at all. I just put it straight into the batter and then I will mix it. Now, when I do mix, I just mix it until all of my ingredients come together. There's no lumps, there's no bumps. So you just do that. I think it takes maybe a good 2 minutes to fully make sure everything is just mixed well together. And that's all you need to do. And then once you do that, we're gonna go ahead and make sure we put our batter into our pans. So I'll show you two ways. And the only reason why I'm using the rounds now is because I just need to get rid of them. I do like this method better. When I use the longer sheets, I wet them and then I put them in the pan. And I only just put them in the pan so that they come together. So make sure it just like hugs around the pan. It doesn't need to be pretty. You just need to put it in there. And then I do the other one, the opposite side. And then yep, you see how it just conforms to the pan. And then after that, you just want to put your batter in it. It's not going to look pretty, but we don't care. We just want to make sure it gives you a good bake, right? So then the next one, I don't like this anymore. I just feel like when I have to spray the sides, and that's what flour, that's like with a spray flour. You can use Pam if you want. I just think the less things that I need to put in this cake, oil or anything like that, is gonna make it easier. And sometimes to me, I don't know, it feels like maybe it dried it out, but I don't know if it's because I put both cakes in at the same time. But I do prefer the other method. So now that my cake has baked for 38 minutes in the oven for 330 degrees. I cover it with this cloth, and I have everything on my Amazon storefront. I cover it and let it sit for 10 minutes only because I like a drier cake. Now, if you like a more moist cake, then you want to put it directly into the mixer once it comes out of the oven. I used to wrap it with foil, but I don't do that anymore because I want less moisture in my cakes. I'd like a more drier cake. And then once I'm done with that, I put on gloves because we want to make sure that we're not getting cake under our nails. And I cut it in fours just to put it in there. And you'll see how fluffy the cake is. It gives it a nice bounce. So I know my cake is baked, right? So I'll put all the pieces into the mixer. Cleanup is very easy, as you can see. Just throw that out and you can rinse your pan out. And then I put it in here on a like a medium type of speed, and I cover it up because I just don't want to make a mess. And then I do that for about 2 minutes. You'll know you'll have good dough if that thing comes together in less than 2 minutes. You know your dough is perfect, and that's how I know my dough is perfect. You see how it is. It'll come around there. You just take that out, and I usually like knead my dough just a little bit, just like that, and you'll know it's good because it'll come to a ball. And look, it comes to a ball very quick, but you do need your dough to sit and settle. So in order to do that, I do use plastic wrap to do that. I used to do not towel, paper towel first and then wrap it, but I don't do that no more. I don't find it's necessary. I just wrap it up in saran wrap. I do leave it on the counter for minimum 4 hours before I'm going to dip. My best results I find is the next day, leaving it overnight in an airtight container. This one you do see, I have it on my Amazon storefront. It's a really good one that I like. However, you can go to the Dollar Tree and you can get one for $1.25. As long as you have an airtight container, that's what you want to do, and you leave it on the counter. Like I said, minimum 4 hours or overnight. Always dip your cake pops at room temperature. That's going to give you the best cake pop, and there's going to be no cracking. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for watching.